Welcome to the channel. This is Kinetic Karma. I am Karen. I appreciate you checking in with me. This is going to be a reading for the element of earth signs for the month of December. I'd like to thank you for joining. So it'll be a collective for the element of earth, which is Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Sun, moon, or rising. So if you have that, or if you're dealing with that in any way in your chart, or not, if you just feel compelled to come to hear what's going on for the earth signs for the month of December, welcome. Let's start the reading, guys. So first we're going to do an archetype card to understand what archetype it is that the earth signs are dealing with for the month of December 2020. And that archetype is mentor. That's so interesting. So the mentor, the light attribute is passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. The shadow attribute is inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. Very interesting. So for me, I'm immediately getting that there's an element of jealousy, an element of lack that the earth signs may be dealing with in their environment, either internally or externally. We will see. But the archetype is mentor. Now, either you're going to get a really great mentor or you're going to get one who wants to hold you back, right? What's it going to be, earth signs? All of that is really, they're saying, dependent upon you and how you go at it, because you're co-creating your experience and attracting who and what it is that you need to have the lessons that you need in order to move on. Now, sometimes those are lessons that are pleasant, they're saying, and that there's not a lot of blockage or negativity involved in the lesson. And sometimes it's the opposite. You know, it just depends on where you are in your development and what you're calling into your experience so that you can move to the next level by being exposed to this mentor. Now, the book says master, counselor, tutor, see also teacher, based on the character in the Odyssey to whom Odysseus entrusted the care of his house and the education of his son. Trusted teacher and guide in many forms of art, business, and spiritual practice. So maybe you have signed up to learn something in a program. Maybe you're in relationship with a teacher who is going, a coach or a guide who's going to guide you through unknown territory to have you succeed in terms of your business or your even your they're saying hobby. And they're showing me a person at a wheel, at a clay wheel, where they're molding and spinning clay. So I don't know if that's something that any of you out there are resonating with. If it is, it means that you need to pay close attention to what's going on in this reading. Passes on wisdom and refines the student's character. Well, there's something to be said for that, because it takes someone who's been through something in order to accumulate wisdom and be able to share it. It takes a lot of going through the fire, of forging your character and through your experiences so that you understand and learn the lessons that Spirit is offering. Shadow mentor is more concerned with imposing control and imparting wisdom, and doesn't allow the student to move on to the role of master. Ask yourself if you have shown a lifelong pattern of taking individual students under your wing and guiding many aspects of their lives. So at some point, you know, the student becomes the teacher. And at some point, the teacher becomes the student. It just depends on the dynamic. But that is what the earth signs are dealing with, the mentor archetype for the month of December. It's very prevalent. Spirit, please advise and I'm going to do a crystal card. This is, by the way, crystals, the stone deck that I'm using. And I'm going to take a separate card for each of the earth signs. So to start with, we're going to do Capricorn. Please advise what crystal Capricorn is dealing with. Spirit, I still got the book in here. Okay, and please advise what mineral Taurus is dealing with, Spirit. Ooh. No, we're not dealing with all of those, Taurus. Come on. Ooh, this deck feels kind of funny. Like it's not in harmony. Like there's some resistance for the Taurus. Spirit, please give us a card for Taurus. Again, see, it's coming out in chunks. I'm going to take 1, 2. Wow. This is the last one, and I'm going to take the card. And for Virgo, so this is Capricorn, this is Virgo, and for, I'm sorry, Taurus, and then for Virgo we have 2. They came out. Okay, so for Capricorn we have Lemurian quartz. This came out in the last reading for the fire sign for, I'm not sure if it was Aries or Leo, one of those. You might want to check that reading. You may be dealing with a fire sign or have that as a rising or in your moon or somewhere prominent in your chart. Lemurian quartz, what it is. Lemurian quartz is identifiable by its blushing hue and the ladder-like horizontal grooves that climb up its face. Its name is a shout out to Lemuria, a fabled lost continent whose highly evolved inhabitants, some far out folk insist, now live under Mount Shasta in California. Who needs it? Anyone in need of a vacation from their thoughts. Where to put it? Lemurians are like wands. Point them at any body part, friends, and other crystals that need more juice. When to use it? Whenever someone or something you love needs a zap of healing energy, awaken in your inner wizard or witch and cast a spell with Lemurian quartz. Escape your mind. Cappy, escape your mind. This is Lemurian quartz. And what they're talking about are the grooves. And I'd like to say that this is a Lemurian quartz. It's even almost identical. This is a real Lemurian quartz crystal here. So, wow. Okay, so, and I'm Capricorn, so that's perfect. So that's for Capricorn. For Taurus, the crystal is apophyllite. Beam yourself up, way up. Apophyllite for Taurus. Okay. Now, what is it? Apophyllite acts like a teleportation device to places transcendent, often sourced from enchanted India, birthplace of Tantra Yoga, non-chapa. Apophyllite clears skepticism, cynicism, and logic from the spiritual path. Who needs it? Anyone looking for that ray of light from on high to hit them with something good. Where to put it? Wherever you practice religion, meditate, channel, pray. When to use it? When the spiritual life feels like a moving target. When you feel skeptical about your true purpose on earth. When you feel like your yeah but thoughts are dishonoring the innermost you. Apophyllite for Taurus. And the last card is, two cards are for Virgo, and they are turquoise and bloodstone. Turquoise looks like this. It's blue, very high blue, and bloodstone is like a dark stone with spats of red in it. Okay? So, what is it? Brilliant turquoise, blue-green turquoise has been rocked by humans longer than almost anything since like 5000 BCE. From Lachas to Marrakesh to Tucson. Turquoise was, and always will be both go-to protector and fashion statement. Anyone whose voice has gone AWOL. AWOL. Where to put it? Set in sterling silver rings, big old belt buckles, and bolo ties on the podium, open mic night, and wherever else you need to speak up and speak out. When to use it? When you feel disconnected from the things that make you human. When you got something to express, get it out with turquoise. Speak your truth. All right, turquoise. And I must say that, you know, it is really highly popular and used stone for the native population here in America. I used to have a beautiful inlaid turquoise ring. It had turquoise, onyx, moonstone, and red coral. It was gorgeous. I don't even know where it is at this point, but some of the stones, I had it for so long, some of the stones fell out. It was inlaid in silver, and it was from the Sioux tribe, I believe. That was the name of the tribe that made it. But it was beautiful. Bloodstone. What is it? Bloodstone is an earthy green chalcedony spattered with seriously activated red jasper. In the Middle Ages, some believed that red splotches on the stone surface were the blood of Christ. Who needs it? The constantly overworked and completely drained by the soul-sucking mastication of modern life. Mastications of modern life. Capricorns. Okay, we're doing it for the Virgo, but Capricorn, take note. Where to put it? Wherever you do the important work, spiritual, physical, and psychological. When you're totally bled dry and it's time to get into your body and start feeling your damn self. Sleep, get some exercise, take nourishment, and call on bloodstone to drag your ass out of the house to face the day. Chin up and head high. Power up your vitals with bloodstone. And so what they're telling me is that none of this is steadfast and hard. Capricorn may vibrate with bloodstone or turquoise or the apatite. You know, whatever works for you, whatever you hear, just because I'm saying it's for a specific sign, I'm doing the reading for that specific sign, don't get it twisted. You go with what vibrates. The vibrations will never lead you astray. No matter what someone is saying, always listen for the vibration of what it is that they're saying, what it is behind what it is that they're saying. And because energy does not lie. So you go with your intuition. And if you don't have access, if you feel like you're disconnected from your intuition, then get a stone that connects you. Okay? Google it. Figure out what it is, what's going to work for you, and use it. We don't have time to play around. We're in a hugely important, historic, just amazing time frame right now, where the planet is going through so many changes so quick and so fast. It's like the blink of an eye, and stuff is shifting every day. Time is getting faster every day. Things are coming onto the planet that never have been here before. These energies that we're working with have never been here before, and we're having to adjust. So we don't have time to mess around. Let's just get up and get it on. Let's move it. That's what they're saying. The next deck of cards that I'm going to use are the Gertrude Harishi Mudras for the body, mind, and spirit. And I'm going to ask for a mudra for the earth signs. And we have two cards that came out. One is vitality. One is melancholy. Keep going. Vitality, get on the move. Like I was saying, get up, get it on. So this is the mudra for get up, get it on. This is the position of your hands. And what it says is helps to overcome acute and chronic tiredness. Take a deep breath of fresh air, drink lots of water, and chew on something hard. Then start by surrendering yourself to tiredness for a few minutes. Breathe long, deeply, and while you are doing that, yield up all the used up energy within yourself. After that, let me read that again. Take deep breaths of fresh air, drink lots of water, and chew on something hard. Then start by surrendering yourself to tiredness for a few minutes. Breathe long and deep, and while you are doing that, yield up all the used up energy within you. After that, swing your arms and legs about, clap your hands, and then form the mudra. The middle finger of the left hand presses gently on the right thumb. While maintaining the mudra, you inhale fresh energy in a series of long, slow, lung-filling breaths. Visualize wonderful paintings in the tones of white and yellow. The mantra is, I am transfused with universal vitality, which refreshes my spirit and caresses my soul. As you're breathing, doing this mantra, I am transfused with universal vital energy, which refreshes my spirit and caresses my soul. Last time. I am transfused with universal vital energy, which refreshes my spirit and caresses my soul. Get a move on. And the next card for Virgo is, for the earth signs is melancholy. Keep going. This mudra is also called Tess mudra. It helps to deal with despondency, melancholy, and depression. Take a deep breath of fresh air, drink lots of water, stretch your arms wide and high, clap your hands, and only then form the mudra. Savatur is the cosmic power behind the sun. In other words, it is the inexpressible reality which inspires, carries, and guides the universe and everything in it. It is dawn. Slowly, the sun rises above the horizon, spreading light and more light until the new day is fully born. You too can now make a fresh start. The mantra is, His brilliance illuminates my spirit, warms my heart, and shows me the way to his heavenly home of joy. His brilliance illuminates my spirit, warms my heart, and shows me the way to his heavenly home of joy. His brilliance illuminates my spirit, warms my heart, and shows me the way to his heavenly home of joy. Amen. So these are your mudras and your mantras for the month of December, earth signs. Next, we're going to do a deck called Mystic Mudra. And these cards give yoga poses and mantras. And so I would like to get a mantra card, a yoga pose for the month of December for the earth signs. And we have one immediately. I like that. And that is, let's see, what are we looking at? This is the solar plex chakra, and it's called seal forward fold. And this is what it looks like. This is the chakra at the top, the sign for the chakra. And the mantra is, I am confident in my power. As you're bending forward and you're in the seal pose, you're thinking, I am confident in my power. I am confident in my power. That is your mantra again for the month. The next deck I'm going to do a reading from is the Less Vampires deck. Spirit, please give us information on, ooh, we got quite a bit. So we've got Witness, Hunter, and Death Rights. Putting something to bed, guys. Witness, to know personal evidence, to speak out. Hunter, aggressor, tracker, provider. Death Rights, saying goodbye, formal occasions, honoring our lives. So, to honor your life, a lot of times when people die, they call it a coming home celebration, and when that brought to mind honoring our lives. That's how you honor the person's life, by celebrating their homecoming, meaning going back into spirit world. So I'm not sure if this is a physical death, or it is a death of a person or a place or a thing or an emotion or a way of being or a way of seeing things, but there is a death occurring. So let's go to the book about these things. Card number 29 is Witness. To have seen what you once thought was only a rumor or hearsay, or perhaps even made up, means you have changed. And you have seen us. You have seen spirits. You have seen the play of colors around the human being, their auric field, telegraphing information to you at all times. You have experienced the dream that comes true in the weeks after you saw the faces in the night. You have spoken with the nature spirits, and you have come to know there is more than what so many humans wish to admit is true and alive in the world we all share. Vampires like us, we are said not to exist, but you know there's more here on this planet than anyone can even begin to dream of. You know we are true, and you have witnessed something of late that others still deny is real, but you are now a witness, and having seen, you cannot unsee. Knowing, you can no longer deny. It is not that we wish for you to tell all of your new knowledge. It is that we wish you to not lie to yourself. Wow. To no longer agonize over questions of whether what you saw and felt and understood is true is untrue. There is so much on the planet of ours. Think of it. And you and I, though so different, are between us only two types of the millions of variations on the extraordinary extraordinary creatures there are. Who is either of us to deny the truth of wonder that is in the planet and all the manifestations of life upon it? You have seen what some say is untrue. Know that that is not a lie. It would be a lie and harmful to you to deny what you know after the gift of this knowledge. Blessing. The veil of illusion and deceit have lifted. While this can be painful, it is also a great blessing to know the truth. Do not doubt your experience. That reminds me of like my veil was lifted recently. And I say recently, I mean within a year or so. And when it comes to truth and lie and deceit, and now it's literally like someone lifted a cloak from my vision, from my being able to see, and now I see clearly through people when they are trying to deceive me. And that is not something that was present for me before this occurrence, before the veil lifted. Now it's very, very different, and it is a blessing, and it is painful because as the veil lifted, I was able to see whom I thought, of people who were close to me, family members, who I thought loved me, but who really were jealous, who were hateful, who were plotting and scheming. And it's hurtful and it's painful, but it is the truth, and it is a blessing because now I know clearly how to deal with them. Where before I was being deceived and led down a path that was to my detriment, basically. So there is a responsibility with knowing, and it's not for me to, call everybody out when they're doing what they're doing, but it is for me, my responsibility to keep healthy boundaries and protections around myself and to acknowledge what it is that I see when I see it. And I hope, that is something that comes for you earth signs as well. So, curse. It can be tempting to protest against being lied to or hurt. Know that the road you are on will take you many places, and this stop on the journey was necessary for you to take next steps. Wiser. You are now free. There is no curse with this card at all. Working with this card, know that what you have seen and felt is true. Another may deny that you have witnessed a true thing, but having seen and now knowing, you have a duty to never again lie to yourself. You need not make this truth your entire life, but never again lie to yourself. Accept the evidence of your experience and honor it with your heart and within your words when wisdom demands you speak freely. There are some who will betray your confidence. Others will share your experience and become your kin when you share wisely. So, that was a whole lot for witness. Card number 32, Hunter. Aggressor, tracker, provider. There is a belief that in order to have what it is we feel we need or want or desire or are told we must have, we must track it, hunt it, and sometimes kill it. For the hunter does not simply follow and make a friend of the creature it wishes to have. It must kill it in order to be satisfied. There is a part of you that feels this falsehood, that in order to become something, there must be a death of which you will be the cause. That's interesting because following hunter is death. There is a competition and a need, and that you can only have what you long for if someone else can no longer have it. And we have come to you to say that even we, who are the unnatural world's greatest hunters, need not kill. There is always a way to find what we need without taking it from another. There is within you now an urge to win in a competition where you feel there may only be one survivor, but there are other ways to go to the goal you desire. You can find what it is you need deep within. And there is also truth in the words hunter. For you to live each day, something must die, be it for the food on your table or the produce that has become your walls and the home you live in. Energy has given up one form and become another. Everything transforms, but for that which you seek now, the hunt needs to go within. The chase must be of that part of your character which, when hunted down and integrated, will give you what you lack in order to create what you need. You need to become the hunter of the hidden parts of your own self, of the courage you feel you lack, of the opportunities you believe you have not been given. For you breathe, do you not? And as you breathe, you, a part of you, is the hunter and must take action to obtain what it is you long for. No one else will do this for you. This task is yours alone, human. The blessing. It is natural and wise to allow the part of you that is active and strong and forceful to have expression. It is time to actively seek that which you want. See how far your strength can take you. Curse. There is always the potential that the hunter can become ruthless. You can maintain discipline by focusing on what it is you seek and refuse to be distracted by the purest of powers for power's sake. Working with this card, it is time to establish how to obtain what it is you want. You must not ask another to go after it. And while the hunt will take place on the outside, it will also take place on the inside. You must find that part of you within that has the courage to chase what you would make yours and be honest about it. Last card, Death Rites, card number 11. Saying goodbye, formal occasions, honoring lives. For many beings, the reality of death seems to be ultimate cruelty, the vampire that steals the life from so many, and without, it seems, any order of reality. For death, it is the true visit us all. It is the true visit us all, whether we are young or old or healthy or suffering. For all of us, beast and beauty, there is a time for the end to come. But there are angels of death appointed by the universe to help us move from one side to the next, and to avoid staying in between without moving on, transforming. For the soul who dies well, who has a good death, there is a transformation through the realms that divide the living from the dead. For this to take place, the angel of death does not only come to assist the soul, but they assist with the ones left behind. And what confronts those who remain on earth are rites, ways to say goodbye, honoring and reverence, and memories and mirth. It may be time for you to consider those who have gone from you or who may go, and know how you would honor them and remember them and send them on their way. What rites will you prepare? Ones to help carry the soul into the arms of the angels of death. Consider what will comfort you when you are on your way too. Know that it is not morbid to contemplate the ending of this mortal time for you. There is so much beyond the last breath, that last glimpse of light of sun. So the angel of death assures us, but Her job is to stay in the borderlines, in the borderlands. She knows little of heaven, for it is in memory. She knows of humans and of creatures of the earth and their souls, and of taking them across the veil. If you are deeply grieving and in pain, this card signals that you will soon receive divine support, relief, and assistance. Wills and legal documents may be about to enter your life when this card comes to you. Consider, too, the legacy you will leave when you have departed. Consider the children and their children. Consider the well-being of the animals and the planets, your library, your keepsake, your little treasures. Begin the journey of safeguarding these now. They will not matter to you beyond this life. It is true, not as they do now, nor in the same manner. As you enter your next lifetime, they may not even be recalled at all. But those of you who may leave will know them and know you through them. Let yourself live on and know who will keep your memory bright as a candle. And you will look from time to time and be glad and be able to send messages of comfort, blessing. Honor the ones who we have loved and who have left. Can be a beautiful way to come to terms with their absence, and a way to help their souls make the transition to their new life beyond the veil. Evidence of life beyond death. Curse. Feeling that death is final and losing all hope in the purpose of life, trapped by grief. Working with this card, it's time to work with any fear you may have around death and dying, and transforming this through preparation, contemplation of your legacy, and considering the interactions you have had with deceased loved ones. And what I'm getting strongly is, honor your ancestors. Pour libation, set up an altar, feed them, burn ancestor money. Do whatever you can, however you can, that is your tradition. If it's not that, then, create, donate in memory of your ancestors, a memorial, and, a plaque, a bench in church in the name of your ancestor to keep their memory alive. Light a candle for them. Whatever it is, do it, and do it now. And in that way, they can assist you. They can help you in this life, and you can help them on the other side. Believe that. From the Ghetto Tarot, I want to do some cards. Spirit, please advise earth signs. What's going on? Give us some messages from this deck. Thank you, Spirit. We have two. We have the Eight of Brooms and the Moon. And this card for me, the Eight of Brooms, it always, when I look at it, when I intuit it, it's of sweeping out shit. Sweeping out shit out of your house, out of your life. Eliminating what is not needed. And when I'm looking at this Moon card with it, I'm getting that there could be negativity that's sent in the form of psychic attack, in the form of jealousy, negativity, things that are not like evident, readily evident. They come, in the unseen realms, in the psychic realms, in the mental realms, in the energy realms, and they attack or they attach and take away your vitality. And what he is doing is sweeping this away. And he's looking up. He's not looking down. He's looking up to see if his work is done. To ask Spirit, is my work done with eliminating what it is I need to eliminate within myself and without in order to move on? And in a sense, He's like a shaman, like a magician, because he knows that the unseen is impacting his world. He understands this very clearly. I want to get a clarification on the Eight of Wands. Thirsty earth. Often we concentrate our energies on what we can't have or can't achieve, and this is when our self-esteem begins to deteriorate and issues start to weigh us down. Forget the problem and look at what you are able to do and are capable of. There are times when our problems are only about our inabilities to see the strength we possess. He's looking for the strength. He's looking to see if he's doing the right work. And as for the moon, we have 3 cards of a clarification: sacred knowledge, insightful revelations, and silence. And what I'm hearing immediately is that you're being, you're going through a new understanding. Codes are being activated. Understandings are being understood. The veil is being lifted. And you're seeing things and you're knowing things through sacred knowledge. And they are very insightful. They are revelations. And they have to do with unseen things, with, the moon. And they don't want you to be vocal about it. They want you to be silent about it. They want you to observe and just take the knowledge and use it for your betterment and the betterment of everyone involved. But they don't want you to directly contradict or challenge or oppose anyone or anything. They just want you to be with the information, use it to your betterment and the betterment of all involved. And the last deck I'm going to go to for you earth signs is the Romance Oracles by Daring Virtue. Cards are falling down. Spirit, please comment on the love situation, the relationships in our lives for the earth signs for December. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So there's a soulmate. After this, sweeping out and getting rid of and putting to bed what you need to put to bed, whether that's physical or on an emotional level, there's going to be a new soulmate in your life. Confirmation. I'd like to thank you guys for coming to the reading. I hope you got something out of it. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, make comments. Let me know how you like the readings, if it's resonating for you, what's resonating. If you take any of this advice, come back and comment about how it worked out for you. I'd be very interested to know how I can shift to better target your needs and what it is that you can do to support yourself and all involved. Namaste.